You would not use a wrench to hammer in a nail. Well, if you only had a wrench and you need to get that nail in, you might use a wrench to hammer in a nail, but it could go horribly wrong. We're live, and I'm gonna go ahead and leverage the whiteboard. And this comes from a couple of conversations I had today where I ended up using this same 2x2 twice. And what I realized is, as much as I talk about simplifying things like problem solving and decision making, simplifying achieving results, a number of people continue to struggle with some of these tools. Sometimes it's the first time they've ever been introduced to one of these tools. And if you have been hammering nails in with a wrench your entire life and someone gives you a hammer, it will feel almost like you had discovered fire for the first time. So let's talk about a couple of tools that will help you. Number one, do what you're made for. Number two, stop what you wouldn't start. And number three, delegate with purpose so that you can help drive success with the people that are important to you, whether they're internal customers inside your organization or external customers, the people you work with, maybe even people in your family, or heck, one of the most important people, yourself. All right, first 2x2. Energy versus impact. Energy versus impact. On this side, I've got a big negative. There are some things that we do every day, some things that we work on every day, meetings that we potentially have to participate in every day or every week, that just suck the life out of us. You get the text message or the email or the phone call or whatever it is, and you just look at it and you're like, wow, that just sucks the life out of me. I hate going to that thing. In fact, I'm actually going to start scheduling client events so that I don't have to go to that thing ever again. There's some work that we do every day that sucks the life out of us. Yet we go through and do it over and over again because we just think, well, we know it needs to get done. Someone's got to do it, so we think we're the ones who have to go through and do that. So there's some work that we do that sucks the life out of us. And then there's some work that we would do whether someone paid us or didn't pay us. It just gives us energy. It fills us up. It fills us up. There's work that we do, there's tasks on a daily basis that we go through that either suck the life out of us or fill us up. And of those tasks that we do, some of them are high impact. Some of them are low impact, maybe even no impact. Go from 0 to 10. That's on a scale. What I'd like you to do is go through and think about the work that you've done so far this morning, the first couple of hours of the morning. Each of those tasks that you did, where do they fall on this quadrant? Was it a suck the life out of me task, or did it fill you up? Was it no impact? Didn't really matter, didn't change anything. Or was it high impact? And you can look at it through this lens. You can say, is it high impact on self, me, high impact on family, people close to me, high impact on business, way that we make money, high impact on others. There's a couple of different ways to look at that. But you go through this criteria and say, did the task suck the life out of me or give me energy? Yes or no, kind of goes on this continuum. Did it make an impact, high or low? And for who did it make an impact? What will happen is you'll start to see different tasks kind of laid around in different parts of this. My goal is to the right. I want to move it so that I'm eliminating any of these things that are low impact, suck the life out of me. And for any of the ones that are low impact or high impact but suck the life out of me, how can I find someone to delegate that to? How can I find somebody to delegate that work to? If I stop what I wouldn't stop doing anything that sucks the life out of me, I can choose, do I give it to somebody else, get somebody else who gets excited about it? Because the cool thing about it is some of the things that suck the life out of me might actually bring you energy. I am not a big fan of large events, meaning a lot of people in a room where I don't know a lot of people. That's not super interesting to me. Being around a couple of people that are really important to me and having really deep conversations with those folks and getting an understanding of what people are trying to accomplish in a one-on-one or small group setting, that's much more exciting to me. I have to get myself out of my comfort zone and play the role of a bit of an extrovert at events because it's part of my business. It's part of what I do. So it's high impact. It does suck the life out of me, but I'm not going to be able to delegate it. So I just have to find time to recharge. So anyway, take a look at this and see how can you figure out a way to spend more time, energy, and attention in this top quadrant, things that are high impact for self and for others that give you energy. High impact that give you energy. So that's a 2x2 that you can use for energy and impact to determine to do more of the things you're made for, the things that are high energy, high impact, identify what you can delegate to others, and ultimately stop what you would not start. Now there's this whole area down here that's actually low impact but high energy producing. Those are actually pretty cool things because they can kind of fill your cup. They can put you in a better space. So still find time to do these things. It's just this is where my view of the world is this is where we can really optimize for revenue and optimize for fair value exchange for the work that we do. So if you're one of those people that's struggling with making a decision on should I do this or should I not do this, take a look at this 2x2 and see where things plot out. Now another 2x2 you can use, and I'm going to go into this just because of timing and primarily because I think a lot of people are familiar, maybe a bit more familiar with this, but the Eisenhower matrix, which Eisenhower used to help with decision-making process. Covey reintroduced us to it in 7 Habits. Important, so this is important, so urgent versus not urgent. So on one side, I'm going to say important and not important. And I might be off on my axes here. And then the other one is urgent, not urgent, and urgent. So a lot of times we get client requests, the text message, the, hey, can you get on a meeting? Can you do all these things? Those things are urgent. They may not be important in the overall scheme of things that you're looking to accomplish. They might be really important to them. So there's a perspective that you use when you start putting things against this 2x2. What it really does for you, though, is gets you into a position where you start to de-risk the decisions that you're making. Am I making a decision to do something that's important or not important? Okay, if it's important, I could find myself going from important task to important task to important task to important task. The biggest challenge is that we find ourselves doing a lot of the important and urgent things that people are saying, hey, get this done, do this, go to this meeting, do whatever. And we're missing on a lot of these important but not urgent items. The cool thing about important but not urgent items is those tend to be the big things that will move stuff forward over the long term. So I may not think that keeping my fitness going is an urgent thing because it's not going to impact, I'm not going to fall out of shape tomorrow. But if I make some poor decisions over a long period of time, all of a sudden it will become urgent because I either need to get, I'm in a hospital or something else is happening. But there's a couple of different ways to look at this. And you start to, the reason why I like to use 2x2s like this, and I did mess up my Eisenhower matrix here as far as urgent versus important or energy versus impact, is it de-risks the decision-making process. So we're simplifying the decision-making process by looking at it through 2 dimensions, leveraging a tool like a 2x2, either the energy versus impact one or the Eisenhower matrix, urgent versus important. And then we're using that to make an informed decision about what happens next, meaning should we do something? Should we delegate it to somebody else? Should we make a decision on whether or not it is something that's worth doing? Do, decide, delegate. And that's the importance of the Eisenhower matrix. I would apply the same kind of thinking here into the energy versus impact. And it just gives you 2 different perspectives to look at the work that you're working on. This is working on work that you were made for. This is working on work that ultimately optimizes for effectiveness. So do what you're made for, be super effective. Do what you're made for, be super effective. 2 2x2s that I hope help you simplify decision-making processes for yourself, for your business, or inside your family unit. If you have questions around this, please let me know in the comments. If you comment tracker in the comments, I can send you a link where you can start keeping track of this on your own. And don't forget that call to action. Just take a look at the things that you did in the first half of today. Hope you're having an awesome day. If you know somebody who would find value in this, please share it with them. Sales is a thinking process. Business is a thinking process. Life is a thinking process. How are you thinking differently about your process? Thanks.